In the vast expanse of the galaxy, countless species had taken to the stars, each with their own unique traits and abilities. Some were known for their incredible strength, others for their advanced technology, and still others for their keen intellect. But there was one species that stood out from the rest, not for any physical or technological prowess, but for a seemingly innocuous trait that would prove invaluable on the long, arduous journeys through space: humor. Humans, as they called themselves, were a relatively new addition to the galactic community. They had only recently developed the means to travel beyond their own star system, and their technology was considered primitive by most standards. But what they lacked in advanced weaponry or faster-than-light engines, they more than made up for with their unparalleled ability to find humor in even the bleakest of situations. It wasn't long before the other spacefaring races took notice of this peculiar trait. At first, many dismissed it as a mere curiosity, a quirk of human biology that served no practical purpose. But as the demands of interstellar travel began to take their toll on the crews of ships from various species, the value of humor became increasingly apparent. On the long voyages between stars, morale could quickly deteriorate. The monotony of daily routines, the isolation from friends and family, and the constant threat of danger all conspired to wear down even the most resilient of individuals. It was here that the humans truly shone. No matter how grim the situation, the human crew members always seemed to find a way to inject levity into the proceedings. They would crack jokes, tell amusing stories, and engage in playful banter with their crewmates. At first, the other species found this behavior perplexing, even annoying at times, but as the voyages wore on, they began to appreciate the uplifting effect that humans' humor had on the ship's morale. It wasn't just the humans who benefited from their own jokes and laughter. Their infectious good cheer spread throughout the crew, lightening the mood and easing the tension that inevitably built up during long periods of confinement. Even the most stoic and serious of aliens found themselves cracking a smile at the humans' antics, and before long the entire ship would be filled with laughter. As word of the humans' unique talents spread throughout the galaxy, demand for their services on long-haul voyages skyrocketed. Ship captains and fleet admirals from every corner of the cosmos clamored to have at least a few humans on their crews, knowing that their presence could mean the difference between a successful mission and a disastrous one. The humans, for their part, took to their new role with enthusiasm. They relished the opportunity to explore the stars and interact with alien cultures, and they took great pride in their ability to keep spirits high even in the face of adversity. They organized talent shows and comedy nights, encouraging their crewmates to join in the fun and showcase their own unique forms of humor. Of course, not everyone appreciated the humans' constant joking and laughter. Some species, particularly those with a more serious or militaristic bent, found the humans' behavior unseemly and unprofessional. They argued that space travel was a solemn and dangerous undertaking, and that there was no place for frivolity on a starship. But as the success rates of missions with human crew members continued to climb, even the most ardent critics were forced to admit that there might be something to this whole humor thing after all. Gradually, the other spacefaring races began to incorporate elements of humor into their own cultures, recognizing the value of laughter and lightheartedness in the face of adversity. As the humans' reputation grew, so too did their influence on the galactic stage. They became sought-after diplomats and negotiators, their disarming wit and ability to find common ground proving invaluable in diffusing tense situations and forging new alliances. Human stand-up comedians became intergalactic celebrities, their shows broadcast across the galaxy and attended by beings from every corner of the cosmos. But perhaps the greatest testament to the power of human humor came during the darkest chapter in galactic history, when a powerful alien race, known as the Arcee, launched a devastating attack on the galaxy's civilizations. It seemed that all hope was lost. The Arcee were a humorless, single-minded species, driven by a fanatical devotion to conquest and subjugation. They had no use for laughter or joy, and they sought to stamp out any trace of these weaknesses wherever they found them. As the Arcee swept across the galaxy, destroying everything in their path, the humans found themselves on the front lines of the resistance. They knew that they could not match the Arcee military might, but they had a weapon that the invaders could never hope to understand or counter: their unbreakable spirit and their ability to find humor in even the darkest of times. The humans rallied the other species to their cause, using their wit and charm to inspire hope and courage in the face of overwhelming odds. They broadcast satirical videos and stand-up routines across the galaxy, mocking the RC and their rigid, humorless ways. They organized impromptu comedy festivals in the ruins of destroyed cities, bringing laughter and light to the survivors huddled in the rubble. And slowly but surely the tide began to turn. The RC, for all their military might, found themselves utterly confounded by the humans' resilience and their ability to find joy in the midst of despair. They could not understand why their enemies continued to fight on, even when all seemed lost. In the end, it was the humans' humor that proved to be the decisive factor in the war. The RC, unable to adapt to this new form of psychological warfare, began to falter and retreat. The other species, emboldened by the humans' example, rallied to drive the invaders back to their own corner of the galaxy. In the aftermath of the war, the human status as the galaxy's most valuable asset was cemented. They were hailed as heroes and saviors, their unique gift for humor recognized as a powerful force for good in the universe. And as the galaxy began to rebuild and heal, the humans were there every step of the way, bringing laughter and light to the darkest corners of the cosmos. From that day forward, no long-haul voyage was complete without a complement of human crew members, their presence a guarantee of high morale and unbreakable spirit in the face of any challenge. And as the galaxy continued to expand and evolve, the humans remained at the forefront, their humor a beacon of hope and resilience in an ever-changing universe.